welcome back to Folklore Unlocked. I'm Austin, and like always, I'm joined by Ethan.
Hello again, everyone.
And this week, we are going to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and going to take a look at the Mothman. And the description of the Mothman, they say it's about 7 feet tall, with red eyes, white wings, and bipedal when seen on the ground, aka just like humans, walking on two legs.
And really, 7 feet tall is not like abnormally tall. Like it is very tall, but like it's there. We have seen people that are that height.
Yeah, like in our Giants video, we've seen people like Shaquille O'Neal, Andre the Giant, the Big Show, people who are right around 7 feet tall or a little bit taller, and it'd be normal.
Yeah, really, the only thing that's weird is them having wings. That's the main thing I feel like.
And the glowing red eyes.
Well, yeah, but there are some people that have somewhat red eyes. I think people that are albino usually have red eyes, or at least I know some rabbits do when they're albino. So,
Well, the first official sighting of Mr. Mothman was reported by Roger and Linda Scarberry and Stephen Mary Millette, who reported the sighting on November 15th of 1966. And it took place at an old World War II munitions plant located just outside of Point Pleasant. So, and I apparently that this munitions plant still had like shells and stuff the from the 1940s when it was active, and apparently it was kind of like a lover's lane, kind of a out of the way spot for local Point Pleasant couples. So take that as you will. And well, like in the descriptions, they reported it to be about 7 feet tall with red glowing eyes. As the couples drove away at high speeds, the the creature was able to keep up with the vehicle, and I think they were going about 60 or 70 miles an hour.
I can't get over the most romantic spot around that area is a World War II munitions plant. That's where couples go. I can't get away from that.
I mean, not to be stereotypical of West Virginia, but that does sound a lot like West Virginia.
There's also the Silver Bridge collapse there. The last sighting in Point Pleasant took place on December 15th of 1967 on Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Ohio. And the bridge later collapsed, killing 46 people.
And Ohio doesn't exist.
Now, why did they think that the Mothman, like the Mothman showed up, I guess, at Silver Bridge? Why did they think it destroyed it? I mean, or caused it to collapse?
Well, they don't necessarily think it directly caused it to collapse. They just think it was like a harbinger of doom.
Oh,
Just
okay.
like it well, like we'll see coming up, it's just supposedly brings bad luck to a place or people that see it.
Okay, so if I see Mothman, instead of taking pictures, I probably just need to get the heck away from there. Got it.
Yeah, run and run as fast as you possibly can.
There have also been other Mothman sightings and also related reports of them. So there was a Russian UFOologist, which I guess just looks at UFOs, claims that Mothman was reported in Moscow, Russia, prior before the 1999 Moscow apartment bombings. So again, being places that just happen to not exist afterwards. Then Mothman has also been reported in Chicago, Illinois, though there were no major tragedies that have yet occurred. Do you know when that it was seen in Chicago or no?
Well, I think the first sighting took place in like 2016, 2017, and it's been been seen sporadically over even till this day.
Okay, that's a little too recent for me to like kind of put it off yet. There's also the Men in Black sightings have been reported shortly after Mothman sightings, so the Men in Black might be looking around for Mothman or whatnot.
And there's a connected story about a man in black, a specific man in black who calls himself Ingrid Cole, who by reports has like a permanent creepy looking smile just permanently on his face, and UFO sightings to go along with Ingrid Cole.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So apparently Mothman is connected with death, bad fortune, aliens, and a specific man in black called Ingrid Cole. And some theories involving Mothman are that Mason County Sheriff at the time of the original Point Pleasant sightings, and Point Pleasant is in Mason County, West Virginia. George Johnson said the sightings were due to a large heron, and West Virginia University wildlife biologist at the time of the Point Pleasant sighting said the description fit the sandhill crane, which isn't native to West Virginia. And well, like I said, other theories suggest that Mothman is an omen of doom or even an alien.
Whenever I see that a wildlife biologist says that it's probably a crane, I'm inclined to believe them.
Yeah, probably just an misidentified bird or something. Probably not a real omen of doom or an alien.
But it's weird that there are sightings where doom occurs, kind of thing, kind of like the bombings and the bridge collapse. It's kind of weird that they kind of connect.
Yeah.
In pop culture, there are a few references to Mothman, or I guess whole books or whatever wrote about it. But 1975, the book The Mothman Prophecies by John Keel. There's also a 2002 movie, The Mothman Prophecies, which is loosely based around the books. And then there is a Point Pleasant a Mothman Museum in Point Pleasant. And there's also a statue, there's a festival, and it sounds like a lot of fun.
I've personally been to the museum, Point Pleasant Museum and Statue of the Mothman, and it's an interesting little sightseeing activity if you're into cryptids and all this stuff, which obviously you are if you're listening to this. So
How big was the museum?
uh, it really wasn't all that big, but it was just kind of like showing like the police reports, the newspaper of the time, and all these things revolving around the Mothman.
Now, I'm guessing they had a gift shop. Did you buy anything at the gift shop?
I can't remember this. It's been a few years ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
But on the our thoughts, like we were just discussing, Mothman is an interesting story, but I think Mothman itself is a misidentified heron or crane or other type of bird, and people were just scared and saw it in the dark, and it turned into a bit of mass hysteria, and it got blown out of proportion, and then the Silver Bridge collapsed, and people were like, "Hey, this thing caused this thing, so it's gotta be bad."
Yeah, I also don't think Mothman really exists. Is it kind of cool and like a cool folklore creature or whatnot? Yeah, I'll say that. But it's most likely just kind of like Austin said there, or the wildlife biologist. It's probably just a misidentified type of bird that just happened to be flying around. And I mean, it could have been around during the Omen, like the places like the bridge collapse and stuff like that. There could have been like birds there. Of course, there's probably birds there, but who knows? I like I said, I don't think it actually exists.
And like the munitions plant was abandoned, so you've got to figure wildlife took over at some point.
Yeah, exactly. There could be plenty of birds around there. There could be like a pond or something like that. I know herons like to go around ponds or whatnot. So I mean,
And cranes like water too, so
yeah. I still can't get over the munitions place being kind of like a lover's point or whatnot for couples. I still can't get around
yeah,
that.
it's just kind of a weird place. I guess it was just secluded enough that people went there for dates and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that's all that we've got for the Mothman this week. And next week we'll be going back and going over Bigfoot again, but this time in the southeast of the United States. So join us next week. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Reminder that I do host another podcast called The Redbird's Nest, which I'll be recording shortly after this. Any last words, Ethan?
Nope. Just thanks for watching, everyone.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye.